The latest in pop culture and nerd news, an unhealthy obsession with pizza, and more Trek than 12 listeners can handle. Seriously, guys, we could use a few new subscribers, so, tell a friend, please. Keeping Up with the Cardassians.
Coming to you in stereo, the Cardassians.
Show seems louder today.
We are available in stereo, Dolby Digital, Dolby Atmos, THX. What's another one?
Dolby Pro Logic.
Dolby Pro Logic.
Oof.
Deep Cut.
And 5.1 stereo surround sound. I don't know. But
Did you say DTS?
DTS. Is a good one.
DTX.
DTS.
I thought it was DTS.
I always preferred DTS.
Yeah,
The
me too.
DTS cuts.
Oh, the DTS. We had a theater number 8 at Showcase Dearborn. It was live.
Wow. They don't know what you're talking about because they don't even know what show this is.
Well, that's on you. You took too long.
Welcome to Keeping Up with Cardassians. This is Nick.
This is Rob.
This is Joe.
Rob, something's wrong with Rob.
I just can't hear myself all that well.
You can't hear yourself that well. How about now?
That's too much of you.
Oh yeah, that tracks.
Are you this one? Are you this one?
Yeah.
Oh no. All right. Is that better?
You can turn it down. I'm fine.
Oh my gosh.
Turn my
Show
headphones
meeting.
Actually, you could just mute it all. I don't want to hear you guys.
So when you worked, at the theater. DTS was the name of it.
Yeah, DTS.
Yes, DTS. DTS.
And when
sound.
a movie came in DTS, I was like, oh. Yeah.
Whenever I was buying like physical media, like usually it was Blu-ray or DVD. Like if it said if it had the DTS audio, I was in.
It had the best curtain riser where it introduced DTS and just punched you in the face with its extraordinary sound.
Yeah.
For the time.
I do like Dolby Atmos quite a bit, though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And Dolby Atmos, there's the theater in Livonia there, the Phoenix Laurel Park place. Their DTS or their Dolby Atmos is incredible. Imagine doesn't really do the Atmos as well.
No,
they got the better screens, not the better chairs though. Actually,
but I'm telling you, Henry Ford's where it's at. I wish
Yeah.
more movies went there.
So, anyways, we're not here to just talk about movie theaters and sound systems. We're here to talk about Star Trek. In the second half of the episode, we have not one, but 2 episodes to
Are
review.
we sure?
We are sure. We are reviewing Ensign Ro and Silicon Avatar. Silicone and silicon are different
Man, we
things.
can talk silicone too.
We could. But isn't it titled Silicone Avatar? No, it's Silicon. Okay, not important. We're going to review those in the second half of the episode. The first half, of course, we normally catch up on what's been going on in the world today. And there are some things going on. First of all, a domestic box office update for the Minecraft movie. No, I'm kidding. Well, actually, I'm curious. It's at $410 million domestically.
Oh my god, it's coming. Is it streaming now? Or no, it's on digital. I think.
Yeah.
It was a digital release already.
Yeah. Sinners is at
Snow White is too.
Oh my gosh, who cares?
Where's the crickets button?
Joe, you got to take up this.
Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden.
That's the wrong one. That's the wrong
That's
one.
never wrong time for Bill Hicks.
That's great.
That's the wrong one. And Sinners is at 225, which is still
That's
freaking
nice. I like
impressive.
hearing that.
Yeah. And then Thunderbolts is at 138.
Womp.
Womp womp. Well, it still made its money though. You got to give them credit for that. So it made its money back at least. Which it's funny because Captain America: Brave New World made $200 million. It was considered a big flop. Of course,
That's because Captain America was black. That's why.
Well, that's big. Yeah. You might not be wrong.
I'm not wrong.
There's probably
Not
factored
in
in.
Trump's America.
That probably factored in.
$200 million, and they're like, yeah, but the guy was black.
So speaking of movies, though, have you guys ever seen, back in the day, there was a comedy movie that came out that made fun of the movie Biopics starring Jenna Fisher was in it, and then, the
yes.
Dewey Cox story or whatever?
Yep.
What, or was it Dewey Cox? No.
Yeah, it was the Ballad Tale of Dewey Cox or something like that.
Walk Hard, the
Walk
Dewey
Hard,
Cox
yeah.
story. Yeah, with John C. Reilly, Tim Meadows, Jenna Fisher, Kristen Wiig.
Walk hard.
Okay, so that was an incredible movie because it was a basically, they filmed it like a normal biopic, but it was a comedy, right?
Right.
And the reason I say all this is because there's another musical biopic coming out recently, and I'm getting very annoyed with music biopics because they're always exactly the same thing. Like did you ever see the Queen one?
No.
Yes.
You know, it was a great movie, don't get me wrong, but it follows the same exact story beats. Like the band reaches the heights of its success, someone in the band has a rough go in the middle, and then they end on a high, right? And that's always how it works.
Like literally high? Because that's probably how it went.
Yeah. That's kind of how it worked with the Bob Dylan one too.
Kind of. Although I'll push back on those two a little bit because those two were very specific times. Like it didn't go over Queen's whole career. It ended at Live Aid.
Right.
Right.
And same thing with
And Dylan was just the part in the early 60s up to the Newport Folk Festival.
But didn't the Doors did that too when they came out with the biopic? It wasn't their whole career. I mean, their career was actually kind of short.
It was a more inclusive. It was a more like well-rounded movie about the life of the Doors and Jim Morrison.
Oh yeah, that's true. They had Walk the Line was that way. And
Walk the Line was more of a longer. It was like his whole life and career.
The Elvis movie did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Rocket Man did the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at some of the other ones. So I say all this because there's another one coming out. Oh, Back to Black. They did an Amy Winehouse one that was terrible, I guess. I never saw it, but I heard it was terrible. Oh, Ray Charles one did the same thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ray was critically acclaimed. I mean, it won Oscars.
I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing that all music biopics are exactly the same.
I disagree. Well, I think Walk the Line is completely. Walk the Line was completely different. Ray was different.
What do you know?
You
don't know anything. You're dumb. The reason I say this, again, I'm backtracking here again.
Yeah, I would love to hear your reasoning.
There's another music biopic coming out starring Jeremy Allen White, starring as Bruce Springsteen.
That was inevitable.
Hard pass.
No, you don't want it. Is it okay? Is this in the vein of Dylan where it's a certain time period, or is this the life of Bruce Springsteen?
It says Bruce Springsteen in the long effort to put together his seminal Nebraska album, which started to take shape as he and the East Street Band were laying down tracks for his massive hit "Born in the USA."
Okay, see, I'm interested in that.
So it's a specific period.
I love both of those albums.
Yeah, so that's a little different. It's a specific period. This film tells the story of a very pivotal moment. Bruce gave us his blessing in this as well. It says so.
That's good.
Yeah, that's.
'Cause I think Dylan. I don't think Dylan gave his blessing. I think he kind of distanced himself from the Timothy Chalamet movie.
Dylan, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he was upset by it. I just don't think he was like he was like, you do you and I'll it's fine.
Like a Bob Dylan thing.
Yeah.
That's
kind of what he does. He doesn't
care.
No, he doesn't really get himself in the weeds in much.
No, he doesn't.
You alive, Rob?
I stopped paying attention to Bob Dylan.
That was literally right what we just had though. So you just stop paying attention?
But no, the first time you said Bob Dylan, and then he shut down.
I hear you. Anyway, all this is to say, if you haven't seen Walk Hard, a Dewey Cox story, it is a classic. The scene where they start doing drugs is freaking hilarious in that movie. Oh my gosh. It's good. Jenna Fisher is great in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie. There's a good cast in that one, too. Let's see who else is in there. Chris Parnell is in there. Jonah Hill was in there.
Oh,
that's interesting. Craig Robinson, Harold Ramis. Wow. That's Ed Helms, Jane Lynch. Wow.
There's the movie with the Office cast.
Yeah.
The Temptations.
I didn't until he started reading them all off. I'm like, there is a lot of people from The Office.
I need to go back and watch that.
Frankie Muniz is Buddy Holly. Jack White is Elvis Presley. The Temptations. Eddie Vedder was in there. Jewel was in there. Ghostface Killer. Paul Rudd, Jack Black, Justin Long, Jason Schwartzman as the Beatles. Patrick Duffy, Morgan Fairchild. That's a good cast.
Yeah, that's quite the ensemble.
I miss spoofs. Good spoofs.
What's the last good spoof?
That?
Last good movie spoof? Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. They don't really do those anymore, do they?
I mean, not really.
They used to be a thing where you would, like,
Yeah.
the scary movies and all that.
The early 2000s, they were pretty.
Naked Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Men in Tights, National Lampoon's Little Weapon 1, so on.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't really do that anymore.
There was one called Silence of the Hams I did not know existed.
Pass.
I don't know if there has been one recently, man.
When was Walk Hard? That was got to be like 2012, 2010.
2007.
Holy shit!
That was a long time ago.
Time
Walk
sucks.
hard.
Time is a son of a bitch.
Yeah, it is.
Tropic Thunder, maybe?
What year is Tropic Thunder?
2008.
Would you consider? I wouldn't consider that like a spoof movie, though. Like, it made fun of some things, but I don't think it was a spoof.
There's something called America the Motion Picture. I don't know what that one is. Smoking causes coughing. I don't know if these are I don't think these are spoofs. They're just
Yeah, I don't know.
I just tried to Google like recent spoofs and that's what came up. Although I think the title "Smoking Causes" or "Coughing Causes Smoking" makes me laugh.
In my dreams, you're blowing me
Ha!
some kisses.
I love this movie.
That's one of my favorite things to do.
You and I could go down in history.
That's what I'm praying to do with you.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Ways that make us feel.
Oh, good times.
It's a good movie.
Did you just watch that or something? What?
I just because
The Bruce Springsteen.
I saw the Bruce Springsteen thing and it made me think of the Dewey Cox movie. Yeah, that's why. That's all I got today, guys.
All right, Star Trek.
Well, I do have something for Star Trek.
I'm just
Officially, Season 3, Paramount Plus,
July 17th.
July 17th.
nice of
Strange New
Strange New Worlds.
Yep. So we get to see that Anson Mount hair.
July's gonna be a good month.
July's going to be a great month.
July's going to be an amazing month.
Lunch.
Lunch? I mean, lunch
Month.
sounds good,
Month.
too.
Lunch does
Yeah.
sound good,
It's
actually.
breakfast time right now, bud.
Yeah.
I know it is.
You can make it brunch if you really want to.
No. To me, brunch doesn't start until 10 a.m.
Okay.
I'd say
we're half an hour off.
I'd say closer to 11. You can't get brunch. You can't get brunch at 10 a.m. Brunch is lunch with breakfast.
Yeah,
It's got to be closer to lunchtime.
but the brunch window to me is 10 to 12.
No, you're wrong.
Okay. Google that. All right, this is the topic.
Let's
I want to
see.
know what the brunch.
What is the brunch when you're probably actually right. I don't because like what else would it be? 11 to noon? That's
That's too tight of a window.
Yeah. Typically between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. is the brunch window.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
After noon,
Yeah,
Lunch?
that's why I said 10
Like-
to 12 because 12 to me 12 is the transition to lunch.
like 11 even is the transition to lunch to me.
Yeah, but I
it
mean,
could
if
go both ways.
11's a gray area.
I think you got the 11 to 12 as your window for brunch or lunch. You could call it which one you want,
yeah,
but 12 is a hard start for lunch.
I mean,
Yeah.
it really depends. It depends on.
God, the debates we have in the show are
'cause
very
there's-
important.
This person
at
said,
12 o'clock though, if you're getting breakfast, you're just ordering breakfast for
lunch. Yeah, it's
you're
not
not
brunch.
ordering
a
brunch.
casual
Yeah.
brunch generally starts at 1 a.m. and ends by 1 p.m. or 11 a.m.
Let's
and
say-
ends by 1 p.m.
That's wrong.
No, it's 10.
This
10
one,
a.m.
a brunch window is 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m.
Too specific. I don't like it.
Yep.
So, I mean,
I think your brunch window is literally 10 to noon.
I think that's the window.
Yeah.
I don't feel
And
like
anything
that's
after
enough of a
that-
window.
734-494-0980.
Now, unless you've already initiated your brunch in that window, you can extend past 12.
But
Okay.
here's the deal.
All right, yeah, I got-
but here's the
So
thing.
if you let's say we go to brunch and we get there 10:45 and we leave at 1:15, we're having an extended brunch.
Yeah.
The 12 to 1:15 is still brunch to us because we started in the window.
Yeah. The Windjammer recognizes a hard lunch.
Yes, it does. But like, let's say I go to a breakfast place like the Livonia Breakfast Club or whatever at noon, and I order breakfast. That's brunch.
No, you're having breakfast for lunch.
You're having breakfast for lunch.
That's not brunch. You're having breakfast for lunch.
No. That's technically brunch according to the rules.
That's not. Those rules are wrong.
The rules state.
We make the rules here, Nick.
This is the podcast that makes the rules.
Oh my gosh.
That's what people come here for.
Yeah.
What rules do you want us to make, people? 734
That we don't talk about brunch ever again on the air.
0980. You know what?
Also, what meals do you want us to break down next?
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Brinner? But see, Brinner's not a time. Brinner is a
mindset.
thing. Yeah.
It's a mindset.
You're having breakfast for dinner. That's Brinner.
Yep. It's a mindset, man. You know, we could talk about.
We need to go back to our old days of roasting small towns.
Yes.
I miss those days. All right. What
You
were you
look
going
at good small towns to roast?
I don't have any today.
Anybody die this week?
No. But while I was on the way here, someone was saying that David Hasselhoff ain't doing too well.
David Hasselhoff hasn't been doing well for a while.
Let me see if I can find the video. He was too drunk to fly.
That's different.
Well,
that's different than not doing well. That means he's drunk.
Oh, let's see. It's this video right here. Let's see what I get. Let's see. Come on. Play. Why is it? Don't you hate it when you try to play a 15-second clip and they're like, "Here's a 30-second advertisement before you play that 15-second clip." Ridiculous.
You think it should be like appropriate size? There should be a 1 second ad.
Yeah.
For a 15-second clip.
My wife gets 1 second
McDonald's.
ads before we initiate contact all the time. It's great. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Listen to this drunk man.
Doing okay, Mr. Hasselhoff?
Everything's great.
He's doing great.
Been there.
Having knee surgery.
Having knee surgery. I was going to ask about.
Yeah.
You were not going to ask about knee surgery, you scumbag.
You're in a little
Fucking
pain,
hate
though,
paparazzi.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh? Okay, feel better, sir.
He's like super drunk or something.
I fucking hate paparazzi.
And
I hate.
Was it paparazzi or was it a random person recording it?
I mean, it was
Either way,
it's all the same.
I can't stand it.
I hate it.
I do
Like,
hate
what's the point? Like, just
To embarrass the man, and that's
right. That's so stupid.
You've
I
never
hate
been
it.
drunk.
The video-
You've never been drunk.
The video is stupid, though. Like the title of it says, David Hasselhoff suffers airport health crisis weeks after ex-wife killed
Oh
herself.
my God! Drown yourself.
Yeah, comment on and say you're an idiot.
How is that a health crisis? The man had a cocktail or two on the plane.
Or 6.
Or 6 or 15.
Did it say
Wasn't
he had knee surgery or he's having it?
He's having it.
Okay.
Wasn't he the guy who got super drunk and was eating a hamburger in the one
I'll
video?
I'll be fine.
That was the early days of like.
He was wasted
YouTube
eating
video.
hamburgers,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
We've all been
We've
there.
literally all been there.
Now I don't know that we've been on the floor like with hamburgers in front of us, eating them with a camera in our face.
No.
Yeah, wasn't that his daughter filming
think
it
it
or
was his
something to
daughter.
show that he had a problem or something? Like
I
that?
think so. I'll be
I think his
fine.
daughter's the problem.
I like where your head is at.
Yep.
Oh,
If you're filming that, you're a douche.
I don't know if your dad's.
See, you know what?
Oh,
That
to
guy.
put it out for everybody to see.
I think.
To put it out for
I think there
everyone to see.
I think
Well,
when
I
you're
think there was-
desperate to get your alcoholic father to stop drinking, you're going to do what it needs.
You show it to him the next day and see if he responds to it.
He's obviously hasn't been responding,
I'm
which is
sorry.
why she filmed the video in the
I
first place.
don't think you show it to
You're
everybody.
living in this weird black and white world, man.
See-
Sometimes you have to do things.
Here's the thing: neither of them observed the golden rule. You don't hassle the Hoff.
That's true.
Gosh,
The Germans would be pissed off right now.
that's true.
This guy hassled the Hoff
He did. He hassled the
in a
Hoff.
public place.
You should not have hassled
No.
him off.
You do not hassle the Hoff.
Is that the new Superman logo?
Yep.
Oh, yay. That's a nice shirt. I'm excited about that movie.
Are you promoting your reaction video on
No,
YouTube?
I'm promoting it because we're going to talk about it right now. Did you guys watch the Superman trailer?
I did. Actually, I watched a YouTube video about the Superman trailer.
Let's talk about this trailer.
It was on the Keeping Up with the Cardassians YouTube page. I watched that video to watch the trailer.
It wasn't the best. I had to do it really fast. So what can you do?
That's what she
It was
said.
the best around. Nothing's going to last fire. Oh, it's such a good.
That was not even the right words.
I know. I just.
Let's
made
keep it moving.
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Yeah.
Superman.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Oh, I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited.
Is he pushing his voice a little bit?
Yeah, he changed his, because it was higher when it was Clark, and then he pushed it out when it was Superman.
Let's go. I like how they have.
Did you know that? Did you realize they edited that piece?
So
I didn't realize it.
Flinch?
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Which one?
You do?
Yeah, I do.
I like the blink better.
See, I don't think Superman would
I think
blink,
it
though.
humanizes it.
But he's not a human.
What are we talking about? What scene?
The scene where he's walking through the crowd and
they
throw the cup
something at him?
Yeah, and it
Okay.
hits him in the head. The original cut of that trailer had him like flinching and kind of blinking when the cup hits him in the back of the head, but they edited that out so he doesn't flinch at all.
See, I would kind of like the flinch more because it's not a flinch because someone threw something at him. It's the people are kind of turning against him.
But would he really feel that enough to flinch as Superman?
Yeah. And you'd still feel it.
Yeah.
It's
he has superpowers. But I like it. Just reminded me that it's, I don't know, it's real. Like he's not immune to it. Like he's not immune to the.
I mean, his head still moves, so you kind of that's there.
Not really.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just felt the blink felt like he wasn't immune to all the outside factors.
Yeah.
But we're literally nitpicking.
Well, yeah, we are nitpicking the shit. So you guys know who Frank Grillo plays?
The Rick Flag Sr.
Yeah, Rick Flag died in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he was
or
killed by
Peacemaker.
He was killed by Peacemaker, and Rick Flag was killed by Peacemaker in that one. And now his father's the head of the organization. Who in Peacemaker season 2 they're hunting him down.
Yeah,
didn't even live long enough to see his son get drafted to the NBA.
That's true.
That's unfortunate.
That's too bad.
Cooper Flag.
So Frank Grillo is Rick Flag Sr. That looks pretty good. I'm a little worried about how overstuffed it kind of looks with characters, but James Gunn has a history of being really good with that in all the Guardians movies.
It looks like there's gonna be a lot of characters in it, and I understand why you're concerned about it because kind of have that too, especially if there's as many villains as it appears to be.
Yeah,
and it could be like those two people that are walking Ultraman and then the girl are walking him in. Could be just ancillary characters.
Well, Ultraman is a clone of Superman, if I recall from the comics.
In the comics, but I don't know if they're going with that.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit clones him, Lex Luthor.
9/11 flashbacks.
I will never get tired of this scene right here where he saves the girl from the bullards.
That's the scene. Like, that's the cut from...
His hair is actually moving.
No, the best scene is any scene with Krypto in it.
Really?
Yeah, because he's a good boy.
I mean...
He's a good boy. Good doggy.
No.
Punches the lady in the face, and she's like, what the heck? A dog hit me?
I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it. Ready? Krypto dies.
No!
That'd be sweet.
No, you kill the dog, and I burn that movie theater to the ground.
So check it out. They're in the Fortress of Solitude. Krypto's, because they've already, in the video, they already showed that they took out all his little robots. At least Krypto to fight against these two other things. And what more to attack your heartstrings than to kill the dog?
No.
I think they'll like fake kill it off.
No.
Yeah, I could see that.
No, kill it.
Well, they'll leave you wondering if he's alive, and then he comes back at the end. It happens all the time.
They're going to kill it. I'm going to look right at Nick and go, good.
Maybe that's the scene, the scene in the trailer where he's like, Krypto, take me home. Maybe that's the big surprise that he's still alive. Krypto's still alive, the dog.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe he gets decapitated.
I'm excited about it. I feel like they did a really great job nailing the character of Superman in this one.
Yeah.
In a way that hasn't been done in a very long time.
Well, they show him saving people, and I like that there's that debate of what's his responsibility in the world. There are people are going to die, and so it didn't go by treaties or by law or what but he went over there to save people.
Mm-hmm.
Which again is kind of like what Marvel tried to do with the Sokovia Accords. Like, what gives you the right to decide when to interact or not? But like Superman's literally the most powerful being around.
But one thing that the rumor is that they're going to have a registration act type thing in here.
Yeah.
And it's been done, James. Stay away from that as much as you can.
I think you can do it as long as it's done in a different way.
Oh, what? I'm sorry.
Like, you know how the Sokovia Accords had made sure that every superhero was registered, and that's the whole reason for Civil War?
Yeah.
That seems like one of the reasons that the not the Justice League, something...
Society?
Yeah, but they're going with a different name this time because it's JG, and I can't think of what it is.
Justice Guild?
Maybe. But I'm not a fan of that because to me, Sokovia Accords were a big theme in the Marvel universe, and and it could be done well here. It's just too close to that being so, lack of a better word, new or popular at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why you might do it, but at the same time,
So only Marvel superheroes had to register?
yes, not the DCs, because they're like, Batman, we ain't fucking with him.
No.
We ain't fucking with him.
I don't have to register. I'm DC. I'm fine.
I really enjoy the scene where the civilian helps Superman out of the crater.
That's a good scene.
It shows that while some people are against him, not everybody.
But it also shows like he is still a person, right?
Yeah.
Like he's not a god like people make him out to be.
Okay. In all the everything leading up to like this movie, all the press and everything, he looks just like Henry Cavill.
No, he doesn't.
He did. He
did at one point in time, but
He doesn't now.
He doesn't.
What happened?
I don't know. You realize Henry Cavill might be the most attractive man on the planet.
But seriously, if you go back, you're with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they looked very similar.
Very similar. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he just doesn't look as much like him anymore. I don't know what happened.
I would agree. I
like
don't
in this trailer, I'm like, he doesn't look like Henry Cavill really at all.
No.
Hey, you, eyes up here.
I'm just more excited to see Rachel Brosnahan on screen. I love Rachel Brosnahan
We know you do.
a lot.
I like Superman.
I do like Superman too.
See, I'm telling you, dog dies.
Right
No,
there. See,
don't- if they-
look at she's wielding all these like. Look at this. They're like buzz saws, and she's gonna decapitate that goddamn dog.
No, she's not. Leave
Gonna
the
cut
puppy
that
alone.
bitch in half.
No, leave the puppy alone. If they kill the puppy, I riot. I got
$1 on it.
I will.
All right.
I will burn it to the ground. I will leave. I will boo the theater. I'll scream out "chicken jockey" in the middle of the movie.
Oh my God.
Throw my popcorn in the air and walk out. Chicken jockey.
Do you want to bet $2 on it?
Yeah.
Rob and I will each put up $1.
They're not killing the dog.
I think they're killing the dog.
Okay.
Joe,
So
you're on
wait.
my side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. So if I win, or if I lose, you each get 50 cents because
No.
you each put up $1.
If the dog lives, we each pay you $1.
Okay, but what?
If the dog dies, you pay each of us $2.
That's bull.
No, it's not.
You-
What are the,
you just
you're
shook-
getting
you
really
just
good
shook
odds.
on
What
it.
are the odds that the dog dies?
Why wouldn't it be?
I say the
Are you-
odds are in favor of the dog living,
Yeah.
but I'm saying the dog dies.
So your risk is lower, so your reward is lower. Our risk is greater, so our reward would be greater.
This sucks. This
Joe's a gambler. You can
This
tell.
sucks. This sucks. Fine. Fine.
I
You
like how-
just made $2. The dog's not going to die.
You're not going to pay me $2.
I'm a man of my word. I'll give you $1.
Absolutely. I like how Mr. Terrific looks in the trailer. We've heard a little bit of Lex now, which is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
The Kents are great. Looks like they're about definitely some more style than Kevin Costner.
Huh?
Well,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I cleaned your boots. I'll get them for you right now.
That's a cool scene. I love that. It's going to be good.
what
And
stadium was that?
I think it was actually.
Something Metropolis.
I think it was.
Oh, okay.
I think it was filmed in Cleveland, though, wasn't it?
I was going to
Gross.
say, because it looked like it looked.
I
We
think
go
it's-
back.
I think it's the Guardian Stadium. Well, it used to be called Jacobs Field at one point in time.
Jacobs Field.
I miss those days when they.
Was it Progressive Field now?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, it does look like it says Guardians, but it.
You've been there.
Mhm.
I think that is. I think that is because they redid that whole porch there. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Who knows?
I'm going next Saturday. I'm going to have a new theater going experience. I'm very curious about. I'm seeing Mission Impossible on Screen X. Which, do you know what Screen X is?
I'm going to assume it's some sort of Tesla thing or some sort of Elon Musk thing.
No, it's not.
Oh.
So you have a screen in front of you, and the walls are a screen at an angle. So it's kind of like more encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it was playing at the MJR like that. I'm like, I'm going to give this a try.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I didn't know that was a thing.
I knew it was a thing, but I didn't know it was out already.
I didn't even know that they were working on
So when I was looking up showtimes, I'm like,
What was it called again?
Screen X.
it. I'm waiting for them to start showing movie theaters in the Sphere in Vegas, or showing movies in the Sphere.
That would be amazing, and probably make me sick to my stomach.
Well, have you ever seen a movie at the Detroit Science Center?
Yeah.
It's on the roof.
Could you imagine seeing like Saving Private Ryan,
Oh my
like
gosh.
the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan, and
You'd have PTSD after that movie.
So you'd like this?
Yeah, I don't know if I could enjoy that. I don't know. Like, that's a lot. It's a lot.
I'm curious.
Just give me one good screen, please.
Yeah, I don't need 19 screens.
Screen X.
Movies without boundaries.
I've never seen.
Well, that's a lie. There's boundaries. It's just wider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a movie like that, so I figured
It'll
try.
be interesting.
What theater are you going to?
MJR Westland.
Oh, I didn't know that they had it.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Is it just specific movies, or can you see it?
Just specific movies. So, but it does. It's not like they're filmed for that format. So it's
That was
converted
going to be my next question. Is
Yeah,
do they
they
have to?
convert it.
Yeah, it's converted some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know either. But
I think it'll be interesting
yeah,
for that movie. I think that'll be a good movie.
yeah,
for
especially
it.
the airplane thing that got going on.
Are you going alone?
No, I have like a group of like 12 people going.
What? I wasn't invited.
You both were invited. You didn't respond, and you said
We
no.
can't go.
I can't go, yeah. You didn't respond.
You didn't respond.
That's true because I felt bad.
What do you feel bad for?
I can't go.
Joe has this tendency in text messages when his answer is no, he just doesn't respond.
This is 100% true.
This is 100%
Yeah,
true.
you don't. You
I don't
just-
like hurting people's feelings.
Spoiler alert, it's more rude not to
It's
reply.
100% true.
I get the irony. It's not
hilarious.
lost. It's not lost on me.
Freaking hilarious. But I always know when you're a no, when all of a sudden it's been like at least like when you're replying to messages and then you ask a question and then you stop replying. I'm like, well, that's a no.
Here's what happens.
What's
I'll be
the
like,
one that,
oh, we're
I'm trying to
messaging. We're
think of-
messaging like, oh, can you go? I'm like, can't do that.
put the
I'll
phone down and walk
reply later.
away.
I will go, however, if you guys want to
I
see
have
it.
to walk away. I can't.
I gotta walk away. I can't tell him no.
If you guys want to see it, though,
I
probably
do
go
wanna
again.
see it.
I'll see it again.
Yeah, because it comes out during Memorial Day, right?
Plus, I'm seeing it on
That's
Screen X,
why.
which I'm really iffy about. So, if someone wants to see it on
Yeah.
a normal screen or
Leslie's
IMAX,
Leslie's family from Tennessee is coming.
Just
in
out
from
of
town,
pure
so.
curiosity, is there a premium price for Screen X? Do they charge you more?
didn't seem like it was $11.25.
Okay, so not. I mean,
Not
that doesn't.
bad.
That's about. That's a.
Not bad.
That seems cheaper, honestly.
We may do a post with like Mr. Bazzovi and things like that. Mission Impossible special.
Okay, so it comes out.
You guys got to watch it.
Are you going on the 23rd? You're going?
24th is Saturday at 2:55 p.m.
I'll go in the next week some point. If it came out Wednesday night, I'd go Wednesday night.
My Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are all booked. That's why I'm not seeing it Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday.
Yeah, because you got to work, right?
No, I don't have to work. I got Tiger tickets for each of those days
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
for work. So I'm working it. Come
Oh,
here.
you're working it?
working.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
not working it. He won't be lifting a finger.
Wow, the Tigers are good this year, and suddenly Rob has to work all the games.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
It's rough to have Champion Club tickets. I'll tell you that.
It is rough.
I'm sure it is rough.
I'm sure it's rough.
It's rough.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, I'll work it.
It's
I'll
tough.
work.
yeah.
Gosh, Rob, you suck too. You guys both suck today. But luckily, I'm about to be $2 richer in July 11th. So
One other quick piece of news. You like shrinking, don't you?
I was in the pool.
I was in the pool.
The TV show Shrinking?
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox is going to be on next year. His first acting gig in years.
Oh, I wonder what he's doing.
Shaking.
Shaking. So, you know,
We're going to hell anyway.
Yeah, we are.
Let's make the ride fun.
Ford has in that show.
He has the same thing, ALS. So like that's kind of
Yeah, but he's new. He's new to the game.
yeah.
Bill Lawrence is playing the long game with that one. He's like, I bet you I can get Michael J. Fox.
It worked out. Well, Michael J. Fox was also in Scrubs.
Are they going to do steady cams?
Can't.
Feel like I'm watching the Bourne Supremacy in this movie. Everything's shaky.
Shaky cam?
What's the
If they
what's the
shake
last
the cam?
What's the last thing he was in?
Can they line it up?
I don't-
Like the actual that it wasn't like a documentary or anything
Michael
like
J.
that.
Fox last acting credits. The Good Fight, which aired in 2020, and then he appeared in that movie still in 2023.
A good. He was actually in the movie.
A TV series, The Good Fight. Yeah.
Oh, so it was an episode, or was he a main character?
A short-lived. Wasn't it a show about a guy who had I think it was about a guy who had ALS, the good fight.
Oh, that's cheating.
They're really typecasting him, aren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe not. No, it wasn't. I don't know. But he did have a show where he had ALS on it. And
Does that fall under DEI
Sure.
casting?
Oh, that funding's getting cut
What?
for whatever movie that is. That funding.
No, what I'm saying
government-
is, did they since they were casting? Look, our character has ALS. Do they have to cast it as someone with ALS? Wouldn't it be
It's the ALS community going to reach out and protest.
Yeah,
essentially.
wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it?
I mean, if there's an actor capable of it,
Who's the
why
last?
not?
Who's the last act? Like Sean Penn, who played the guy.
Say it.
No,
I'm really curious how this is going to go, Joe. Played what?
What?
I don't
He played
understand.
the
I don't understand. The what?
challenged person.
The challenge person?
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a center on him and he was playing point guard and he was being challenged?
Yes,
I didn't see that. I've never heard of that movie, actually.
it's called I Am Sam.
Oh, okay.
It's a good movie.
I'm Sam
You would
Alone?
hate it because it's Beatles centric.
Yeah, that.
It's such a good band.
Terrible.
2020 is when he officially retired from
I can't say
acting.
terrible.
Okay.
Just drastically overrated and bad.
He was in Designated Survivor.
They do that though more now. They try to
If there's an
they
actor,
try to cast a role if it has some sort of impairment or they're looking for something specific. They try to find that an actor with
yeah,
that.
why not?
Yeah.
If you could find someone for it, go for
Yeah.
it.
They just
Absolutely.
did that more recently on Broadway with Wicked. They cast
An actual witch.
No, they cast an actress who's actually in a wheelchair to play the role of the sister who's in
You
the
know, if
wheelchair.
I were
Okay.
a Wiccan and a witch, I'd be pissed off. There's no Wiccan or witches in
Yeah.
that.
See.
Wicked was really good.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
I haven't seen it. I can't say that.
You don't like musicals, though.
I hate
I
musicals.
love musicals.
I like Webster.
Man,
I'm still watching a lot of
you
Webster.
hate musicals. You hate the Beatles. We need to make him watch Across the Universe.
I will stab you.
Oh my God, he'd kill himself.
Yeah.
He'd unalive himself.
I would kill you.
Murder suicide.
Yes, probably. I could
Kill him first.
If I stabbed you, it wasn't with something I usually stab you with, and I'd be sad.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, Joe's dead. It won't be the. But that's the ironic part. It wouldn't be the musical and the Beatles that did it. It would be life without me.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be hilarious to make you watch Across the Universe.
You want to see me get violent. That's how you see me get violent.
Oh, yeah.
Stop being a baby.
I want you so bad.
I want you. That was a cool scene.
Yeah.
Actually.
Probably not.
He was being drafted into the Vietnam War. It's pretty cool. I know you don't find
Did
that
they
stuff-
release this in 3D?
That would not happen.
Well,
Was this during the 3D craze?
their faces are terrifying.
It's because it's a Beatles face.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Did they really sing? Draft him into the... Did that really happen?
It says the guy who's going to watch a movie where artificial intelligence takes over the world and Tom
Hey,
Cruise
the
has
first thing I'm
going
to say about that movie is I'm not a big fan of them going so extreme.
I've heard that too. People are making the argument like Mission Impossible should not be a sci-fi movie.
It should not be sci-fi, and it should not be like something like that where it's like world saving. Yeah, you could go plutonium, you can go nuclear bomb, but that it might jump the shark for me.
Why?
I don't know. Mission Impossible is always a little bit more
About a possible mission that they say is impossible.
about more real world events, for lack of a better term.
And AI isn't. I got news for you guys. AI is those are real world.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's ahead of its time.
No, I think. I mean,
AI is
the
a lot closer
idea.
than
It
you
used to
realize.
be like the original Mission Impossible came out in '96.
The original came out in 1960, actually.
Well,
1966.
I'm talking about the Tom Cruise ones.
Oh, excuse me, nerd.
The Tom Cruise ones. So,
I like the original series too.
and these are still okay. I'll even it'll make my point even stronger. Is between the 1960s and the 1990s, the threat was still nuclear.
Sure.
It was still a nuclear threat.
Yeah,
that
but
was
now the
still
threat is AI. Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, it's
so-
also nuclear still with a
it is, but we've exhausted
across
those.
the pond
We've exhausted those
and our president.
bad guys. Listen, I
Not
mean,
my
all
president.
80s and 90s movies, there was some sort of like
It was all commies.
overbearing like
The commies.
nuclear threat,
Yeah.
and now it's AI. I think AI is the overwhelming threat.
Like
to existence now.
I would challenge you to watch the original series, like a few episodes, to kind of get a feel for it, and then the first
I would
movie.
challenge you to watch a musical.
I'm not going to do that. Well, I'll watch Newsies.
No.
Sister Act.
Sister Act would not call a musical.
I would call it a musical.
No.
Because I'll watch those two.
Sister Act's not a musical. It's a movie
I'll
where
reluctantly
they sing music.
I'll reluctantly watch the Strange New Worlds episode.
Yeah. Gentlemen,
Open hailing frequencies.
Frequency's open.
we have some viewer feedback. First of all, we got some feedback from Bill. He says, dudes, what the frack? Episode 213 didn't get uploaded to Spotify.
I see what he did there.
Which is a bummer. Now I have to watch on YouTube like a sucker. I listen on Spotify so I don't have to see your faces. Sorry for the all caps. I was venting. And then he responds back, sorry about the crack about your faces. That was uncalled for. I'm better than that. Some of you are quite handsome. Thank you, Bill.
Which ones? Some of you.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
It's on Spotify right now.
Yeah, it is now, but for some reason it wasn't at that point.
I call bullshit. I think he's lying. I just think he wanted to call us ugly.
That's true. Well, some of us.
Bill.
Some of us, he said.
No, Bill, we are ugly.
Yeah.
Inside and outside. Did you hear their Parkinson's jokes earlier? It wasn't ALS, it's Parkinson's.
I knew what you said. I knew what you meant.
Did you hear the Parkinson's jokes?
There was no jokes.
No joke?
Are you setting up a joke? Are you setting up a
No, I'm just talking about the jokes that you guys made.
Nick, that's a little shaky.
Oh, dear. That's sad. That's sad. We had some other feedback here. We had some feedback on our Darmok episode.
On YouTube, there's a lot of Nick feedback on YouTube from.
I got yelled at
Brody
for sitting in the wrong seat, but then Brody realized that I listened to the episode and I know that you guys told them to call in and say I sucked.
I think you were just guessing.
Yeah.
We had a conversation about melanoma in there, and he said that his father-in-law died from melanoma.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Sorry for your loss.
Absolutely.
I know melanoma can be serious, but like when you think of different forms of cancer, like what are ones that you can? What's an easy one to make fun of? Like not make fun of, but like what's one that you can bring up that you're like, okay, it's not as serious.
Colon cancer.
No, you're dead.
No, colon cancer, not necessarily. Now,
what Samuelson die of?
Kidney cancer is one you don't really.
What Jimmy Samuelson die of? Wasn't it colon cancer?
Yes.
And so if it's not diagnosed early, you're toast.
But you can die of any cancer. Like
Yeah.
the same thing with the melanoma. If you're not diagnosed soon enough, you can die.
Ball cancer.
But if someone gets like pancreatic cancer, do not joke about that because they're probably going to die.
You can joke about testicular cancer.
Yeah, you can't because you're going to lose a ball.
Some people are still going to get testy about it, though.
I would like to point out that he says, yeah, Nick, you guys all agreed last week that you would do 2 episodes. You had asked about doing 3, and you ended up deciding on 2.
You know what he also said in there? He said my Gollum voice is really good.
I know.
Dare you to do an entire episode?
No, I didn't.
Voice.
All right, see, this is why I miss having only one ear working.
Yeah.
It's not. We agreed that your Gollum voice is
Yeah, we
good.
all
It's
no one
your best
debated
one.
that.
Now, we don't want you to do an entire episode in it.
Yeah, you can do Gollum. I'll do Ty.
Oh, that's good. He's just going to say "fala do" over and over again.
What was the other one?
What was the other one?
When
Joker
the
phone.
penguin go.
Yeah. Hey, do you think the penguin's going to be in Batman 2?
No.
If it ever comes out.
If it
because
ever
it's
gets made.
not.
Why haven't we talked about the Batman 2 news? It's
Because
kind
we're
of,
still going through viewer feedback.
That's true.
no. I'm talking about not. It's over the last couple of weeks. It's been very concerning.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. Nick, love means never keeping score. That sounds like someone that loses a lot. I'll tell you that.
Anyways,
Let's see.
that's our feedback for this week.
Yeah, lots of Nick feedback.
Let's go into Star Trek then, shall we?
There was one, hold on. There was
dang
one.
it.
There was one piece I wanted to read that I thought, where was it?
What was it? Do you recall that?
I don't remember who said it, but it was somebody said that of all of us, they would be least surprised if Nick was a person with a kink.
Oh, that was Brody. Brody said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brody, I do not.
He's getting red.
He's getting red.
Ooh.
He likes to be choked. There you go.
That tracks.
Confirmed. Star Trek, the next generation.
Change the subject.
Star Trek, the next generation. We have 2 episodes to review with you today. Ensign Ro and Silicon Avatar. Ensign Ro. The Federation has been sent to negotiate a treaty with some Bajoras.
Ugh.
Stupid. Bajorans who've been accused of attacking a colony. And while he's on the way, the Admiral sends Ensign Ro to Picard. Picard doesn't want Ensign Ro because Ensign Ro is terrible. She was in prison, but he's forced to work with her anyways. And she's got some issues. She does not like authority. Some could say she has daddy issues. She does have daddy issues because her dad died when she was 7 and she viewed him as a coward.
And she watched him die.
She has daddy issues. All right.
He died like a bitch.
And it turns out that the Admiral has been working. The Admiral was manipulated by the Cardassians. It was actually the Cardassians who attacked the planet, so they could find out where the Bajorans were and kill all the Bajorans. Ro steps in, tells Picard everything that the Admiral was trying to do, and Picard is like, "Cool, you're awesome. You should stay on the ship." And she says, "I guess I will, as long as I can wear my jewelry." And he says, "Okay." And she says, "Thank you, Daddy." The end. Are you drawing a penis?
Yes.
Yeah.
With one ball. Because, no, he has testicular cancer. It all comes back together.
See?
Yeah.
You can joke about it.
You can. I like to make fun of everything, though, because
I'll be honest. I watched this
World's
episode
smart.
when I was supposed to, and I half forgot what this episode was about.
Well,
I did like. Why are they Bajoras?
Because they course corrected.
maybe their planet was
Bajor.
Bajor is the
But
planet.
they went back and forth in this episode
Yes,
between
they did.
Bajorans.
Bajorans. Maybe it depends on where you're from.
Are they still fleshing out the whole?
Oh yeah, maybe
Bajor
some people from the east side of the planet are like
With that is
Bajora, and then the west side, because we know it's the best side, says Bajoran.
West Side?
Would that be any different than people saying like humankind and mankind? Like they're really the same exact
Well, you can't say
thing?
mankind. What are you doing, Nick?
It's a
Well, no,
wrestler.
It's humankind.
It's a wrestler.
I don't care. That's inappropriate.
Mankind was under. He was very good.
He was a good
Underrated.
wrestler. Underrated. Wore a sock on his hand.
Mr. Sacco.
Sock on his what?
Hand.
Oh, sorry.
He would put it down your throat.
Oh.
Your mouth.
Yeah.
Really?
Humankind, mankind. Like what are other
Earthlings.
things? Earthlings. Yeah. Terrans. We have all these different ways to describe people from Earth. Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, and maybe sparks them, but maybe how did it? Never mind. Because I was going to say maybe they didn't know Bajor was still around because they said that basically all the Bajorans had been, Bajor
Diaspora. Yeah.
had been spread out all over
yeah.
the thing because their world was destroyed by the Cardassians.
Yeah.
But Ro would know that because she's in Starfleet.
She fled her planet too, though.
Yeah,
that
she
was
fled.
the thing. So that was an interesting thing because you don't really get that in Deep Space Nine that they've all kind of fled their planet and they've run away. The implication in that is you cannot leave the planet and you're forced to suffer under the
some
hands.
people left, and I'm going to guess that they just said that like those were remaining on the planet, and some people probably escaped at some point.
It could be the equivalent of like when a foreign country invades your land and that initial panic where people flee and are able to get away, like kind of like during World War II, like there were people who fled Poland and got away from the Holocaust. But the longer you stayed, the less likely you were to escape because they're clamping down more and more.
Yeah.
Right.
And that could have been the same thing
Yeah.
with Bajor.
And maybe, I don't know, but there's some retconning that went on, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
But this is the first Bajor, the first time we're
Yes.
seeing a
experiencing
Bajoran.
it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
And like they said, this wasn't a setup episode for DS9. DS9 the idea came, a lot of it, the backstory came from this episode, where the Cardassians is the overseas
yeah,
occupation.
you can tell.
Yeah.
Well, and already they're laying the seeds for what, like you could see the seeds of how they created DS9 with this admiral who's actually working behind scenes to supply weapons, working in this gray area. And it turns out this admiral wasn't working with the Cardassians. I actually appreciated that. He was just an idiot.
Yeah, he was just fooled.
He was just an idiot who was fooled by them, and now he's going to get court-martialed and go to prison.
He gone.
Good.
He gone.
Good.
Ensign Ro, man. She is a Ro Loran. She's a very angry person. She just comes on right away, like
so mad.
Guns
Was
a-blazing.
it Ro Lauren?
Lauren, yeah, I know.
Ro Lauren.
Lauren.
Lar.
Not Lauren. Lauren.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to see Admiral Kane get her start here as an ensign, though.
Hey, started from the bottom. You
She
got
got to work her way up so she
Yeah.
can kill some Cylons later on, and SA some Cylons too, because that's what they do.
I don't think she did though. I think she just oversaw it.
In case you didn't know, we reviewed.
Yeah, because she was
Galactica
lovers
as well.
with the one, and then when she found out she was a Cylon, she threw her in the brig and let everyone else SA her.
Yeah.
And then
Oof.
she didn't. She stopped. Could you imagine, like, you loved this person, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, now I'm going to throw you in this jail, and people are going to torture you.
Yeah.
And
What
a good series that was.
I've never heard of it. What is this?
This is Star Trek.
We didn't review that show.
No, that was a good episode. Oh, yeah.
Battlestar Galactica.
That sounds about right. It came out in the 70s, right?
Yeah, we never did watch the original. Though.
No, I don't want to ever watch it. We should, for fun, watch an episode just to see how cheesy it actually
Well,
is.
we got to fill up June and July, so
Yeah, we do. All right, so
Hey, don't listen. Don't intrude on my Webster. We're watching Webster.
Oy.
Okay, so here's a couple
That was
things
Little
though.
House on the Prairie.
We can watch that.
Right away, Picard is pissed. He's like, "We are the flagship of the Enterprise.
He should be pissed.
I will not accept her." And the Admiral's like hell, you won't. You don't have a choice in the matter. Which it was kind of nice to see a little bit like Picard get clapped back at. Like, know your role, Picard.
I mean, they're both right.
Yeah, they both are right. It's not.
Admiral has rank, but Picard has every right to be pissed that they're bringing this.
Yeah.
This.
And he has
Because
to
with
be,
the flagship, you have a little bit of clout.
and you have to
And
be
there's
able
a-
to trust the people under your command.
And there's an expectation of that ship. So, yeah, he should be pissed. And, yeah, I think if he went to above that Admiral's head, they'd be like, we side with Picard.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He
I don't think
if
that
he-
would be a
if he
good
appealed-
professional move for Picard, though.
I don't think Picard would have cared.
No, I don't. Picard would never do that. He would. Because he follows.
Yeah,
He's a law and order guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
He would accept that he'd be pissed.
As we
but
see,
not-
as we
the
see,
flagship.
I mean, as we see in the next episode, he is pretty by the book. Like he's a law and order guy. Like
Well,
he
he believes in the structure of the
through and
Federation.
through and through.
And like he said in here, I believe in the Federation.
yeah.
yeah,
The ideals.
the ideals. So Ro, though, she gets right on the ship. Right, Picard is unhappy with her. Riker comes at her right away, man.
Yeah, he was strong armed.
Coming in hot, and that's my thing. Okay, yes, you
that's
are
next
the
episode.
Federation's. You are the Federation flagship, right? You are upset that you got this person. So what's the way that we show her we're better than what she's been? We treat her like garbage. Like, no.
That's
But
the way we do it.
I agree that the way he approached it would made it not done the best, but I agree with what he did because it's rules are rules.
Yeah, but he could have been like, "Hey, welcome to the ship. Hey, just so you know,
That's
you're
it.
on the flagship."
His approach is wrong, but he was bitter. He knew about Rolaren, so he acted out of emotion rather than logic.
I don't think there's an existence where he's going to be like, "Hey, welcome to the ship. Everything's fine here, and just so you know."
Yeah.
No.
He's like
He's upset. I mean,
you're the second in command on that ship. Shut up and deal with it. Picard has to accept it. So do you.
yeah, but they're different.
But he did
they react differently.
Well,
we know
he told Picard right off the bat, he's like, I'm going to expect the utmost whatever out of Rolaren.
Yeah, and he's
So-
like, I expect
So
nothing less.
right out the gate, he was like, that needs to go.
Yeah.
Yep. But again, this is kind of my problem with it. It's like you almost set the expectation. Like,
Oh, sure, it's a bad first impression.
You've created an antagonistic relationship the second she steps on the ship.
Yeah.
What do you expect from her? And I get it why she's snapping back at them, right? Like, first of all, she was in prison she got court-martialed for something, and I think we find out later more about that story. If I recall.
I don't remember.
I think we do.
Okay.
In another episode?
Yeah, about her not fighting her court-martial. There's a whole reason behind it, if I recall. But I could be wrong. I could be making that up.
So this lady's coming back?
Oh yeah.
The purpose of introducing the cast was to have somebody who can.
Because she felt like a more permanent, a semi-permanent character.
Play off of Picard, right?
They wanted her to be able. They wanted people, the cast, to have conflict. But you had Worf, by the way. But you could just write Worf better.
Yeah, Worf sucks though.
Yeah, he's
blow him up. Blow him up.
As we'll see later in this episode, he's terrible at security.
Blow him up. Always blow him up.
You let the captain go down there, and you get played by some people that are technology or.
Do we have to just start blasting on the board still?
I don't know if we do. Oh, I should have recorded.
Not the cut
I thought
version.
you did. No, no. You played it on the computer.
No, I have this.
Oh my God, yeah.
I have this.
It stinks.
I have this.
Timba.
Okay. So I have other quotes, other stuff on there.
But not what we're looking for.
Not what you're looking for, no.
But that is Worf's approach to security.
Just start blasting and do bad at it.
Started blasting.
All right. So Ro gets assigned to the ship. She immediately hates everyone, and everyone hates her. And then here comes Beverly and Deanna. They try to sit with her, and she's like, "Seats take, and you got to move along." So she moves along, but Guinan just comes in.
I know they're like, "Can we sit here?" She's like, "No."
Or she's like, "Are you busy?" or something like that. What did she say to her? She asked her a question.
You can sit here if you want.
Who has a southern accent?
Guinan.
No.
Seats taken.
It's Forrest Gump, numbnuts.
Dear God, please make me a little birdie. So I can far away from this place.
That's why I can't watch that movie. Jenny's accent. I can't do it. I can't do it.
And the fact that
Jenny's
gets
the worst
syphilis
character
and ditches her child on poor Forrest.
Jenny is the worst character in the history of cinema.
She is evil. She is evil to him.
Are they
so mean?
Outside of like nonfiction movies, like movies that tell a true story? Are there any worse characters in the history of cinema than Jenny?
I know, like one time she calls him to her dorm room and is like, "Hey, do you want to touch my boob?" And he, like, just like, "Okay, sorry, you got to go." After that, or like, "Forrest, I'm going to stay with you," and then runs away from him again.
She's a scumbag.
Constantly. Sorry, I would
Jenny
love to
sucks.
be with you, but I need to go do a lot of crack cocaine.
Yes.
And heroin.
I miss cocaine.
Oh, and now I'm a waiter. Here's my child. It's your child. I'm dying of syphilis. You get the child.
He's probably like, that tracks.
That tracks. I gave it to you.
Did you get it from my shrimp?
So, Star Trek.
Jenny's the worst. The worst.
Jenny is the worst. Okay. So, Guinan befriends Ro. She's like, "This is my friend." And Guinan does whatever she wants on that ship. And she just can hide behind the fact that I'm friends with the captain. Like, talk about, like, can you imagine that? Be like, "Oh, I'm allowed to do what I want. I'm friends with the captain."
But she only takes advantage of it. Very limited.
She doesn't always take advantage of it. She brings her into the quarters and she's like, "This is my friend. You'll talk to her." And he's like, well said, she's your friend.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do. That he has that much trust and admiration for her that she could just say, "This is my friend," and he's like, "Okay, let's hear her out."
And I appreciate that
his mind right off the bat.
And I appreciate that she doesn't overuse her power. She knows that she can. She has the ear of the captain.
Yeah,
and
she knows that he'll pay attention to her, but she only asserts herself when she feels it's necessary.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And she
doesn't overuse it. Doesn't like abuse her power.
Yeah. And so Guinan knows
so there's
things.
this trust. That's probably part of the reason. Excuse me. That Picard trusts her so much because he knows that she doesn't abuse.
She's selective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we would argue like she's never shown that she was selective in her friends. Basically, everyone is her friend.
No, but she doesn't call them her friend.
Yeah,
that's a world of difference.
That's a good point.
She's nice to people. She just doesn't call them her friend.
Or sassy with people. Sometimes with Geordi, she's like,
"Well, Geordi in this episode,
you got to stop on that holodeck, boy."
Geordi in this episode was trashing Ro before he met her too.
Yeah, they all were.
Yeah, rough. Not Data.
You know what though? That's kind of crappy because they've all done stupid stuff, but they've gotten away with it because of
Geordi should be getting off his
Geordi.
high horse
Yeah,
immediately.
Geordi.
Hey, come on the holodeck with me.
How dare you be upset that I've created a hologram and had sex with her and it looks just like you? What right do you have to be upset with me? You're the jerk.
Yeah.
Gosh, Geordi, you're the worst. Then Worf over there murdering people left
Just
and right.
blasting.
Yeah.
It's Worf in
Oh
the
yeah,
background.
I killed this guy while I was in the Federation, but it's no big deal because it was another Cleon. It doesn't matter. Come on, it matters.
No, it doesn't.
Worf. What else? Who else has done dumb stuff so far?
So far,
Riker's killed like 3 people.
Riker had to kill like at least
He
one.
just the
But
one
he's-
episode he walked in and blasted that girl.
because she was trying to kill that person.
Yeah, she was trying to kill someone, but he could have put it.
He
on
could have
stun.
restrained her.
Oh, he tried to stun her, and then,
He tried to stun her. That's right.
yeah.
Oops, I thought it was on stun.
Yeah,
It's
the
crazy.
next episode,
it was
he's
on fucking
immediate-
disintegrate.
I like dessert. Oh gosh. Ugh. All right, sorry, that's the next episode.
She was into it.
What are your thoughts? This is
He
one
was
of the
into it.
That was
first.
a good scene.
Yeah.
Is this one of the first episodes where we see a shady Federation?
The bad rolls.
Yeah, I know we had the one.
No.
we had the conspiracy one, but they were taken over by slug creatures.
They were aliens. They're possessed, for lack of a better word.
But this is the first time where we've seen them.
I think it's the first time we got a straight up bad roll.
Yeah.
And it's not that he's a bad, like he didn't have ill intent.
Yes, he did. He was going to let that ship get destroyed. I'd say that's ill intent.
I'm with Mr. Rob.
And he was going to supply weapons, though, wasn't he?
I think that was all a bluff to get them out in the open.
So
Yes.
he could get
So
him
the
killed.
Cardassians could then
Oh,
kill
keep
them.
the Cardassians happy. That's what it was.
And be able to kill, what was his name? I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
But be able to kill him.
Orta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's bad intent.
And also like
And he got caught.
Yep.
so
Picard be like, nope, not today, Satan.
So Ro here, she gets this phone call from the Admiral, and he says, beam down to the planet and do this thing, right? So she goes and does it. And she doesn't even try to hide her tracks because she's like, oh, I was ordered by the Admiral. But she knows fully well that she's lying to the captain, too. So you think there would be some intent to hide what she was doing up to that point.
What of her doubt about everything?
Well,
is
yeah,
reasons
that comes out later with Kynan.
Why didn't she? Maybe that's why she didn't hide it.
Maybe she wanted to get caught.
She kind of subconsciously even wanted to get caught.
Yeah.
Plus, she's been in prison. I don't remember how long. Is she up to all the protocols? And maybe she couldn't hide it because Worf is actually doing his job at that moment.
Yeah.
No, that's a bad theory, Rob.
Fact check.
That's a bad theory, Rob.
Theory. He never does his job. He sucks.
Or O'Brien was on duty, so she couldn't hide it.
Why?
Because O'Brien is the most important person in Starfleet history. That's why, and he wouldn't allow it.
That's dumb. That's
a-
that's Gen Z shit.
That's lower decks right there.
That's
He
stupid.
has a statue.
He's a known racist.
Lower decks. Lower decks.
He's a known racist. He tried to off himself.
It's a great episode, though.
It is.
In a weird way, Ensign Ro, like going back to Battlestar Galactica, they're basically the same character.
I mean, we joke that we make the joke that she got her start here,
Yeah.
but you can
You can
kind of see a character like that getting into power and becoming that kind of a captain.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Where Picard's like, I can see there's greatness in you. I can see it. It just needs to be molded and taught.
See, she got away. You know
teaches
what?
her.
She didn't use the teachings of Picard, and she got in charge of that ship.
Yeah.
Things went a little haywire.
Things went a little bad. Yeah, that's what's interesting is Picard would get along well with Admiral Adama. I think they'd be good friends. Though then again, Admiral Adama bends the rules.
I think
a
him
lot.
and Cisco and Kirk would get along real well.
Yeah, he's more of a
Yeah, but it's
Cisco
all
guy.
because they're all like rule benders.
And Cisco's like, you want to box me? Okay.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Who would be the best wingman?
Wingman?
Okay,
Okay.
Wingman. I'm going with Cisco. He's
Okay,
he's
we're
a
gonna-
ride
okay.
or die.
okay, we're gonna go Adama, Cisco, and Kirk.
In what context?
Kirk is going to
Hold on,
screw
hold
you
on.
over the
No,
second
no, no.
an
Who-
attractive woman comes around.
Who gets the woman? Who plays the wingman? And who's the third man
Kirk
out?
gets the woman.
Kirk gets the woman.
Kirk gets the woman.
Who the third man out between Adama is the third
Third man out, and Cisco is
Yeah,
a wingman.
Is the wingman.
There's no doubt Kirk would get the woman.
And Adama's
Why? Because it was written like that for
And
3 seasons.
Adama's
And
too
movies.
busy. Adama's too busy.
And Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, Adama's too busy playing with his model ships and building his model ships in his room.
Cisco will be like,
He is the dork of the 3.
He is. He reads a lot.
Yeah, what a nerd.
What a nerd.
What a loser.
Books. What's that?
Loser.
That would be
Builds
like
his
that would be a
models.
hilarious sitcom if it was like the 3 of them. He walked in, he's reading like, "What are you doing? You're a loser."
Dork.
that's Kirk knocking it out of his hand.
Adama tries to come home to the room and there's a sock on the door. Kirk, gosh.
I could see it being like Frasier, where Kirk would be Frasier.
Kirk would be Daphne, or not Daphne.
No,
but Ross.
of the 3 of the Frasier, the dad and
Niles.
Niles would be
Adama.
The
dad is
Kirk would be
Cisco.
Frasier
Yeah.
and Cisco would be the dad.
Yeah, that's actually.
Get on AI to write that story.
Let's see. In Friends, Joey is Kirk. You have Ross, who is Adama,
yeah.
and then Cisco is Chandler.
Could you be any more Bajorn?
There you go. It works.
All right, so it's Star Trek.
All right.
I think we're onto something here.
That's a good episode. Anything else to talk about? I don't know.
I liked it. Felt like she was a more serious character. Serious as in like not one of these introduce in a show and toss her away at the end.
Yeah.
Like the ending of this show didn't feel like, okay, well, we're done with that character.
Yeah.
So I like knowing that we'll get to see her again. I could see her as like an addition to the actual cast.
Yeah. She would.
I thought she worked well, and with some time and some writing and some like integration, I think they could.
It's an opportunity, an easy opportunity for character growth as well.
Mm-hmm. Because she fills a role that isn't currently being utilized on that ship. Like she is a bit rough around the edges. She creates a little conflict. She's kind of like snappy.
Which you think should be Worf as well. All those things you said.
He's too busy blasting.
Yeah.
Worf sucks.
He's too busy not doing his job.
Right.
Worf like.
Remember when he came on DS9? He's like, "Odo, you suck at your job."
I want to be like, bitch. Have you seen?
Yeah.
Has Odo seen any of TNG?
That's why Cisco was like, bro, we're good with Odo.
Yeah, we got the DVDs. We can see what you
we
did
don't
and
need
didn't
you as
do.
our security officer. We're gonna pass on.
Yeah.
that.
We don't blast around here. We investigate.
Yeah. But we also blast around here.
Worf's like blasting. I'm blast.
Did someone say blasting?
Silicon Avatar.
Jadzia was like, yes.
Yeah. Ooh, different kind of blasting.
That's what I was applying.
Oh, I wanted to ask a question.
Yeah.
Do you think if
I don't.
Picard had a child, do you think he would be a better father of a son or a daughter?
I wonder if we ever explore that in this series.
Not in this series, we don't.
Not in this one, we don't.
No.
You spoiler ass sons of bitches. You could have just answered it without.
I think it'd be a bit better to a son.
I wonder.
Well, Nick ruined it, so
I know.
He'd be better to a daughter than a son.
You think so?
His standards would be way too high with this. He'd be like
Because this felt kind
he'd
of
be
almost
like
like a father-daughter relationship,
he'd
and
be a prick to his
he
son.
he felt like parental in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly, yeah, it is a little bit of a spoiler, but like in Picard, they explore that. In the series Picard, they explore a relationship he has with his son and with Ro at one point, with Ro Laren. Lauren?
Well,
Laren?
I mean, these are spoilers, bud.
Yeah,
I mean,
I said spoilers.
You should just
I
have
know.
left it alone. You should just left it alone.
well, now I know that she doesn't die at any point in this series, so any sort of imminent danger she gets into.
Well, I mean, it's not going to happen anyway in this series.
Not Picard, Ro.
They killed
Yeah,
Tasha.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, it was possible, but I ruined that.
Listen, Star Trek killed Jadzia. They'll
That's true.
kill Ro.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
That
And
was
Damar
I know.
It's probably because she wouldn't have
And
sex with the
Ducat.
producer.
and Kai Wynn.
Yeah, but
Try to kill O'Brien at least 50 times.
O'Brien's like, if you guys aren't going to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah. What, spoonheads? I got it.
Silicon Avatar. Ready?
Yeah, was nothing else on this episode?
I think I'm good.
I mean, there probably was, but we went into nonsense and tomfoolery most of the time.
Someone commented once that maybe it's because we go off topic all the time. Gee.
Yeah, I wonder. Silicon Avatar, Riker is trying to get laid, and it looks like he's about to seal the deal.
End of episode.
But then the giant crystal entity attacks. They hide in a cave, and when they come out, the whole planet is destroyed. They bring in a doctor who specializes in the crystalline entity, because that's my leg. Yeah, hey. Because her son was killed on the one planet by Lore back in the day. They tell her she's got to work with Data, and she's like, I don't want to work with Data because he could be evil too. Well, as she talks with him, she realizes Data has all of the logs and memories of her son, so she asks Data to recite logs of her son and then talk in his voice, and she becomes oddly attached to him. As the Enterprise approaches the entity, they find a way to actually communicate with it. They realize it's not just a crazy thing; it's actually trying to work with them. But the Doctor decides to kill the entity, and she does this without the permission of the ship. And she's confined to her brig, and she talks to Data, and she's like, "My son would be proud of me." He's like, "Actually, your son will be pissed." End of episode.
It stinks.
Did it stink? First of all, I got to take issue. Was Riker?
It stinks.
Was Riker trying to get nailed? Was she trying to get nailed? Or were they both trying to get
both.
nailed? Yeah,
Both.
that was mutual.
Dude,
That was
she was the
mutual.
one who was like, "You might want to stay for dessert," and he's like, "I love dessert."
Yeah, that was mutual. That was mutual
Wow,
banging.
that was some hardcore foreplay right there. They were ready.
I think they thought they were being slick, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, what the fuck are
Everyone's
they doing?
like, are these people like banging out in public? Like, they might as well be.
They were not slick.
They were not at all. They wanted to though. Holy cow!
Yeah, they did.
Who was that actress? Can someone look it up? I think she
looked familiar too.
I think
I'll look her up.
My hypothesis is that she played a character in Seinfeld who needed a nose job.
Oh,
It was George's girlfriend who had a big nose, and Kramer was like, "You're just as beautiful as any of these girls in the city.
Was her name-
You just need a nose job."
was she Carmen?
Yes.
Yes.
Carmen. So her actual name is Susan Deal. Let's see.
What's
Deal? D-E-A-L?
the deal?
Let's see.
What's the deal with Susan Deal? You're welcome, Joe.
Yes. Oh, she was in Seinfeld. The
That was
nose
her.
job.
Okay, that was her.
That was her.
She looked familiar. I didn't know why.
I feel good about myself today. Today's a good day.
Today's a good day.
All right.
Today is a good day. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
But yeah, like they're there to do some work, and Riker's like, you know what?
Riker's trying to do some work too.
Let's
Listen,
not work.
We're at the grounds.
I know you got to work the grounds.
Everything's good. It's
You
this beautiful sunny day.
Sometimes you got to hit the hills and the valleys.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Man. And as you know, I provide the most memorable desserts.
Sometimes you want to go in
And
the caves.
Picard, my favorite part of dinner, Riker says, my favorite part of dinner. I provide the most memorable desserts.
That might be the most egregious foreplay and like innuendo on the
She
show
might as
so
well
far.
just be
It
like,
was hot.
and just so you know, I'm going to bang you.
Yes.
And then he goes, I like being banged. And that's basically what they just said.
He's like, well, you're coming to the right guy.
My favorite part of sex is the sex. That's what he says. That's what he
Yes.
says. Wow.
But
So
then
slick.
But in true character, she's an idiot and goes back for the old guy.
And dies.
And I'm like, I was like, can you just leave the guy? He's 1,000 years old. If you can't cut it, you can't cut it. Move on. Like, keep running. You're gonna die. Like,
He's going to die soon anyway.
yeah, but at least
Let the Avatar was at Silicon Valley take.
listen. What do we always talk about? Further from or closer to?
Yeah.
Is going back to save that guy gonna get you closer to or further from?
Further from.
Does he have money? Does the old man have money?
No, closer. The closer to or further from is Riker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe she's going closer to the old man.
No, she wanted Riker. She was gonna give him dessert.
For all we know, she wanted to give that guy his pudding.
Memorable dessert.
She was going to give him his pudding with his Viagra, with his Cialis.
No, that guy was a
I like how
that was
that
a bum.
in fandom, that was one of the more memorable quotes too. As you know, and as you know, saying that you already know.
Yeah, you heard around these quadrants.
Memorable desserts.
Mm-hmm.
You heard around these quadrants.
Mm-hmm.
Word travels quickly.
Oh yeah, the episode. Trauma.
Makes you do stupid
Loss of
things.
a child.
Yeah, loss of a child.
Loss of a child makes you do stupid things, right?
No, I don't think it makes you do stupid things.
She literally murdered.
I understand, but she's dealing with trauma. Like
But it made her do a stupid thing.
Yeah, but
it doesn't always make you do a stupid thing.
No,
but because she has not coped with her feelings and dealt with them, it leads to her doing things that she wouldn't normally do, right?
Well, the whole episode, I mean, she lashes out at Data.
Yeah.
Before even kind of knowing who he was.
Racist.
So she's been holding on that for, umpteen years.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot exactly how long that
2 years? Or was this the first season?
That was before the first season. Because Omicron Theta is where they found Data.
Yeah, that's where they found Data. Yeah.
That's
why he has all the memories and whatnot.
So it's like 10 years probably at least.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, you're right. There's trauma here that she's dealing with, and she's obviously not really kind of made peace with it. And she's basically spent her whole career studying this crystalline entity since then.
So her trauma became her obsession as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it did. Okay, here's the thing. Do you think she would have destroyed it? Let's say the episode plays out like it did, except for the fact that Data can't access her son.
Does she still destroy
Does she still do it? Because I don't think she does.
That was her agenda early to destroy it. She's
but
like,
I don't
Picard,
think,
let's blow it up.
I know, but I think I don't know.
There could be, because it could have brought made the wounds fresh.
Because
again.
I think
you're right.
I think her coping with the trauma like sort of calloused her, right?
Yeah.
She was a very callous person,
Mm-hmm.
and then it comes out about Data, and she like she almost like gets the color back.
Yeah.
Where she's like, there's like almost like a lifeline to her son.
It becomes overly affectionate with Data.
Yeah, and now she's trying to like interact with her son through Data and make him proud again. Do all these things.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't have that ability, if she can't make these choices and feel like she's making her son proud, because she wouldn't, if Data didn't have that, she wouldn't feel like that. And I feel like she wouldn't.
Yeah,
she might not have made that decision.
Yeah, I think you're
at
right.
the end of the episode.
Yeah, I mean,
so what I'm saying is, it's Data's fault.
I do ultimately think she probably still would have killed the entity. I think there would have been a little bit more pause, a little bit more reaction, and deciding on what she did. But there was it was literally like just stare at it and smile the whole time as it died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was like just.
And then she's like, "Data, take me to my quarters." Like
Yeah,
the weird, euphoric high.
She snapped after that. Like after she saw it die, she said, "Boop."
She snapped until Data
Yeah.
called her out and said, "Your son would be disappointed in you."
Yeah.
Then she came back down to Earth.
Yeah.
It's just. You ever watch murder, like real murder shows where they talk to the person who killed and they thought they were doing the right thing?
Yeah.
They're like,
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to. I would never hurt a child, or I would never hurt this person, but they
deserved
killed them.
it.
They're just mentally gone.
Yeah.
And I think it just obviously the loss of her son ruined this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then she copes with it, and the wound starts to heal, or not heal, but callous over. And then it gets reopened, and then she's re-traumatized. And then I think it just, there was so much going on, it just short-circuited her whole nervous system.
Yeah.
And because she just stood there like a psycho.
Yeah, she really did. She really did.
Even when Picard was yelling back, or go back to intermediate or pulsating or whatever it is, and at some point, don't you think Data would have been like, she's not listening, I should hit the button?
Well, they couldn't hit the button. She blocked it.
Eventually, when he directly ordered Data to do it, that's when he tried to hit the button and was like, oh, she put an encryption on it.
Yeah,
but there was a whole 2-minute segment of Picard going, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. And no one was like, we could do it for her because she's not responding. Because I would think on a ship, if you're like, hey, fire those torpedoes, Worf's not going to be like,
He's like, I already did it.
I want to be blasting.
Worf's like, I did that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, there's no one there, man. I killed them. They're all dead.
If there's an order going on, it's not being responded to. Someone else jumps in there and does it pretty quickly. But I know why. Trust me, I know story. But it irritated me when I'm like, really, no one's gonna hit the damn button. No one's gonna hit the damn button. I'm watching. That's actually my thought process going through it.
Yeah, I get that. So there's a couple other things too. Picard using certain examples to describe the crystalline entity, where he describes the sperm whale on Earth. It devours millions of the cuttlefish. It's not evil, it's feeding. Wouldn't you be kind of annoyed and insulted as you're the doctor whose son was killed by this thing, and he basically describes your child as a cuttlefish?
Well, yeah, she yelled him for cuttlefish.
Yeah.
She returned it.
I know, but it's like, I understand we're living in a 24th century. We're more evolved and all life has sacred value and worth and all that. But there's still something in this idea of like, you literally just basically described your child as a fish and said,
I disagree.
Get over it.
Did you hear the kid's voice?
Yeah.
I disagree. He's using another example. I'm not saying your kid was a fish, but you're saying there are other examples of creatures who need to consume life
and they're not evil for
it. They're not evil
his,
for it.
His goal is to communicate, to say, hey, maybe don't feed on these things. Feed on the we could put your.
I'm not saying your son is a cuttlefish.
Yeah, go to a planet without people on it. Yeah. But here's the thing, though, and she is right to an extent. What, you're going to communicate it and say, please don't bug this planet, but then you're going to go to another planet and there's other life on that planet. So what makes that life more important than
that was the contradictory part. It was like, okay, well, if it needs to consume, you can't. If you're going to say, well, there's whales and there's other things that
and
consume,
they just eat things, we should be fine with it,
right? So then you can't say, well, don't take from here, take from here, because you're saying don't take from here because these lives are more important than these lives over here.
Yeah.
When you just
wasn't the purpose
reamed her saying no life is more valuable than the next.
Wasn't the purpose of the communication to try to see what it needed? I think
it was. I think part of it was because I think he was originally he just wanted to communicate, but I think later in the episode he said he was open to blasting if
yeah, he's like, well, maybe you don't have to feed on like hamburgers, maybe you could do Impossible burgers. And so
if communications broke down or there was they realized like it was going to just continue to kill, like he was open, he was, like I said, open to blasting.
Picard just wanted to see if there was a way they could solve it peacefully.
Yeah,
and ultimately maybe it's education saying it needs a certain kind of food in order to survive, and then okay, let's see if we can come up with a solution to that rather than you just eliminating planets and Riker's potential gangbang.
I think it was a one-on-one.
I think it was one-on-one. Yeah,
it was good. I mean, he would have, if someone walked in, he'd be like, "Come on in."
Yeah,
there's plenty of extra.
The
dessert.
door's open.
Back door's open.
You know, he is one who's open for that kind of stuff. The guy is into some things.
Yeah,
of course.
Who's freakier, Kirk or Riker?
Riker, for sure.
Freakier.
Probably Riker.
Yeah, Riker.
I think I agree.
Kirk is
more of a conquest guy.
Yeah.
Whereas Riker is
whatever happens, man.
Listen.
Yeah, I am down.
Listen.
That's great.
Oh, a planet where women are in charge and I basically am your sex slave?
I've put together a B team.
I'll do it
already.
Yeah, I'm in. Right? He'll do it.
I'll assemble my team like Mission Impossible.
I will do anything for this mission. That's what he says.
That's how you want in a. That's what you want in a number one.
Mm-hmm.
Who does number one work for?
I love that. That's such a good movie.
You tell that turd who's boss.
Yeah. So they kill the entity at the end. I kind of like the reaction of the bridge crew. They're all just like completely flabbergasted.
They're like, dude.
Yeah.
We just murdered something. Oh my gosh.
It sucked though because she was like, wasn't she the one who was like, it's beautiful?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then maybe that's when she started to think about it more as a real life as opposed, but then Data's voice, to your point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Data, by the way, you think Data have a little more programming to be like, maybe this is a bad idea?
To redo her in her child's
No.
voice.
Voice. You think he
But
would?
I think that plays more in the emotional part of it.
Yeah, because he doesn't think that way.
I know, but just you think with his experience, he's a lieutenant commander by this point, so he's been around for a while, and
He still
knowing
lacks
human
the
trauma.
emotion part.
I know, but
He's still an idiot.
yeah, that was
Like
dumb.
with emotional
that
stuff.
was dumb. I'm like, he's gonna do it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't remember this episode
Mom.
much at all.
I miss you.
I was like, oh my God. Shut him off. Shut him off.
Shut him off.
That voice makes me want to punch him. I side with the crystalline entity.
That wasn't a 16-year-old's voice, by the
No,
way.
it
That was like
wasn't. That was like
10
a
or
12,
12,
like
yeah.
a pre-puberty,
Yeah.
12-year-old.
I think
Yeah.
my biggest problem with Data with her in this moment is she kept implying that like Rennie was still alive in him because he's like,
Yeah.
let Rennie
Well, she's-
know
she's
that.
Yeah.
obviously messed up in the head.
clearly.
You're right. So it's like, and that's on Data to be like, just so you know, I only have the records. I don't.
This is what I'm saying. Data should have had a little more common sense.
That is common sense. That's the emotional part you're looking for him to tap into, and he's not going to.
I still think he has ability to analyze the situation.
Well, I think
though.
he should have said, like, well, he did say, like, I only have the records, but
Yeah.
he,
But she
know.
she
Can you
took
do it
as
again? Can you do it again?
Do it
And
and,
again,
do it
and
and
again,
doing
and
it
again.
wrong. All
I
right.
don't,
Anything else for this episode?
no, like I said, it was the last scene. It was like these murder like interrogations where the murderer finally like realizes like
What they did.
yeah.
Oh,
Because it was like, because when he said like he'd be very sad right now,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Crap, you're right." Fuck.
Yeah, he
So-
would be because she's created this whole narrative that
Yeah.
he would.
again, Data being a dick.
But he.
I like
again,
it though. She
yeah.
was racist to him like 5 seconds. Like
Oh, you're right.
she was like, "No, your brother did this. You're an android. You're the same."
It wouldn't be racist. It'd be computerist, electronist.
Oh, we needed show meeting. We need an evergreen. Here's a new evergreen drop that we need. We need Trump when he was sitting in the Tesla and he goes, "Everything's computer." We need it. We have to have that on the show. It just.
I've never heard it.
Oh my God! Do you remember when they did the Tesla commercial at the White House?
No. I didn't see it.
I got it, man. I got. Give me.
It was like 2 months ago, and they brought out all these Teslas because everything was.
I didn't see it. You guys talked about it, but I didn't see it.
so long.
He sits in one like.
That's beautiful. Can you start it? Should I?
Should I? There's no way he can start that car.
There's nothing to start. It's on all the time.
Should I start it? It's quiet.
And he's basically like, it's so much different than other old cars. Everything's computer.
You don't want me to drive it, do you?
I thought Biden do it.
I'll tell you, it could.
Oh, no, that's
Very easy to drive.
That's. You're the only one that saw it.
So it's like driving a golf cart, basically.
Very simple.
It's very simple. So it's
I can't find
this
it.
is going on too long.
That's right here.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Anyway,
Gosh.
he sits in there and he's like, everything's computer. Because there's basically like an iPad. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'll get it and send it to you, but we need that on the show. It's got to happen.
Oh, you can get a mug that says that. Everything's computer, President Donald J. Trump. Guy's an idiot. Sorry if you support him. I am sorry. Ratings of these episodes. Ensign Ro.
Okay.
I give this episode
these
8.
Okay, I was going to say these are a bit. Both these episodes were difficult for me to rate because I didn't think they were bad. I didn't think either was bad. 8's strong. 8's strong.
7.5 actually.
7, I think.
Joe, your initial rating was a 5.
I'm going to go 8.
8? Okay.
I said it was strong. I thought it was a strong episode.
Okay.
That was a very strong episode.
It was a good episode. It's Silicon Avatar 5.
Okay.
Middle of the road for me.
4.
I see. 6.5.
Oh, okay.
I liked it. I thought it was. Was it the best executed they could have done with this storyline? No.
No.
But I appreciated it, and
I appreciate what they tried to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it certainly was a good. It was certainly. I thought it was a fairly accurate take on dealing with trauma.
Yeah, it was. And we didn't really spend a lot of time talking about that. I mean, we kind of made fun of the episode, but yeah, it is.
But
good for
I
those
tried
reasons.
to talk about the trauma, but you guys made fun of me.
I know
Said
we
it was
did.
stupid.
We did.
And ugly.
I don't think I did.
Listen back to the tapes.
Okay, we'll have to listen. Brody, let us know. Did I make fun of Joe for trauma?
No, I don't think you did.
Yeah, I don't think I did either.
Well, next week.
But Brody, tell him that he did.
Next week,
Don't you dare.
Deanna Troi takes command of the Enterprise.
Yes, let's go. Woman power.
So the episode is entitled Disaster.
Oh.
It's literally titled Disaster. And
That's sexist. That's racist.
Counselor Troi takes command of the Enterprise, titled Disaster.
Oh, my God. Please tell me she can't drive.
You'll have to you have to watch.
You'll have
How
to
do you
watch
park-
Star
how do you
Trek
park this thing?
Generations.
You have to, yeah. You have to watch
Oh
the
my
episode.
God. This is already.
And then the game's the other one we have to watch next week, right?
Yeah, the game and
We're watching two, Nick. What's the other one?
The game.
the
Oh,
game.
Just the game?
The Disaster
Mhm.
and the game.
Ooh,
Starring
Rose,
Ashley Judd.
Rose in that episode too. But
What,
she-
the game?
Oh, Disaster. She's in Disaster.
Oh, well, that, yeah.
She's in Disaster. She's not in the game.
Is Worf running security?
Yeah.
Ashley Judd is in it though. Oof, Ashley Judd has had way too much plastic surgery these days.
All right. Let's.
Yeah.
She has. Look at all that plastic surgery.
Okay. We're just now we're
what's-
just going to.
That's what
I'm
celebrities.
sorry, were you making fun of Michael J. Fox earlier for something beyond his control?
Yes, which is what you do. She can control that so you don't make fun of her.
Okay.
His condition is a lot beyond his control.
Are you talking about me or Michael J. Fox?
See, 2012 Ashley Judd.
Oh, gorgeous. Yeah.
Gorgeous. Still gorgeous in 2014.
Guys.
Plastic surgery.
Yeah,
2023.
but again, I mean, this is a longer story. Like the women in Hollywood have this
oh my
fear
gosh.
of that, like they just.
I
I don't know. It's
know.
not a fear. It's not their fault, but
It's not their fault.
I know.
They're
It's
afraid of aging naturally because they'll just be ostracized, and so that they're
And
like,
they're
well,
right.
you have to
And-
look.
And you're right. They're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so, but no, I mean, plastic surgery doesn't really look great if
It
it's
doesn't look great on most
You have to have
people.
like the perfect person for it
Like
to
who
actually
is
work
that?
on.
What was Mickey?
Oh, Mickey Rourke. Oh, yeah.
Brutal.
Oof.
He looks terrible after he was a.
Yeah,
good-
but I mean,
he messed up his face.
6 of one, half dozen of the other. If he doesn't do it, he's gonna look like dog shit anyway.
Yeah, because of his boxing career. Because he was like a sex symbol for a minute there.
Yeah.
Back in the day, he kind of
He looks like Kiefer Sutherland
and Bruce Willis. Kiefer
Yeah.
Sutherland and Bruce Willis to me.
Hey,
Yeah.
what the hell is this one here?
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's messed up his face.
Oh, is that one? That's not too bad. I mean, that's you
Yes.
definitely had some plastic, but he looks a little healthier.
He looks a little healthier. Let me see.
Tune in next week where we just dissect everybody who's ever had plastic surgery.
As extremely attractive people, obviously, we dissect it.
Male.
I've tried to get plastic surgery. They're like, we can't help you.
Yeah, it's
even we haven't developed.
Yeah. That's what, yeah. You go in there, they're like, you ugly, and they can't fix
Yeah.
that.
We can't do anything.
You can't put lipstick on a pig. You can't.
Oh, who was that?
I don't know. That's what I.
Yeah, what's
I don't know who that is.
He's in every fucking
Yeah,
thing.
he is, and I just can't remember his name. You got Sly Stallone. He had plastic surgery. Mickey Rourke. Brad Pitt did. Simon Cowell.
Brad Pitt looks like he went to a
That's
good
not
one.
their before and after. Come on, people.
I think some of it's just age, too.
Oh, John Stamos had a nose job. I never knew that. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson had plastic surgery?
No,
He
that's all
definitely
natural.
did it. He definitely did it, just for the record. Oh, wow. That is a big change in plastic surgery from before to after.
Tell the people who are listening what you're looking at, please.
No, shut up.
Or
Deal
send
with
it to Rob.
Big fracking deal.
Thank God.
I don't want a bloody bun.
See, this is what happens. This is what happened on Patreon.
But anyways, send us your favorite pictures of meat.
This is what happened on Patreon. We had a good show, and then it just goes all off the rails when
I don't want
But
a bloody
anyways,
bun.
send us your
That's like a remix, it's a club version.
Oh my God! No, that's a club me to death version.
Yeah, this is what happens when you put Nick in charge of the board.
Well, that's why we wrap up.
Joe, I've been trying to get you to sit there for years.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. It's been great.
And also, we're sorry for that you joined us.
We love you all. Have a good one. This is Nick.
This is Joe.
This be Rob. R. OB.
Later, all.
He's a pirate.